Hello, I'm back. I got a new microphone. I'm gonna hope that sounds a little bit better. So we got a bunch of small plasticky toy cameras back there, and then one camera manufactured by JVC. We got the GC-X1, which was one of the very few sort of mid-end digital cameras that JVC made. They definitely made a lot of video cameras, but not many still digital cameras. Put those two together, and you might guess that we're talking about a tiny cheap camera manufactured by JVC. So this is the GC-A50. There's not a ton of information out there on the internet about this camera. It was manufactured in 2003 alongside the GC-A55, and that's just based on the fact that going on archive.org, checking out the JVC store page, neither of those cameras is around in the February snapshot and then April snapshot. They both show up at the same time. We'll go ahead and open this to the glorious sight of a small silver rectangle. It's a tiny small camera, kind of like this VistaQuest VQ300 over here. Similar in that they have a lens, a viewfinder, a shutter button, and not much else. This one does have one extra button. It separates the power in the mode. But other than that, that's really all you get. The one thing of note about this A50 is that this is made of metal. You really wouldn't expect it to be based on what it is and how it looks, but this entire front face is one solid piece of metal. I think it's machined. I can't see how they would mold that, but backplate is plastic, but it weighs a lot more than you would expect. Unlike something like the VQ300, that weighs as little as possible because they used the thinnest possible plastic that you can get away with. But this one's made of metal. This box and this packaging very much reminds me of something from my childhood. I don't know if it was just me and my upbringing growing up in New England, but there was a chain of stores called Building 19, and it was like a deep discount closeout store. And I always remember that my mom used to go and get these little gift boxes. They looked kind of like this. They were sturdy, almost looked woven. They had fake velvet liners inside, and they contained some of the cheapest, crappiest little gadgets that you could ever imagine in your entire life. No branding whatsoever. It was things like a plastic pen with an LED light that flipped out of the side, or a digital travel alarm clock that felt like it weighed 1 gram. Just goofy little things like that. I don't know where they all came from, but the store always had them. But that's very much what this is reminding me of, especially this metal dog tag. They gave you this, I assume, to put on your keychain or something, but it's embossed in metal with JVC digital camera GC-A50 with a rubberized backing material, so that you can show off to all your friends that you got the newest JVC camera, I guess. But looking at how few features this camera has, and also that the GC-A55 was released at almost the exact same time, or it probably was released at the exact same time. The interesting thing is this had an MSRP of $159.95. The A55 has a flash, it has a 1.5-inch color LCD, it has the same amount of internal memory, which is 8 megabytes. It also has an SD or a multimedia card slot. It's the same 1.3 megapixel resolution, and the MSRP is only $10 more at $169.95. Who would buy this one? Why does this exist? I cannot answer that question. But some people bought it, as evidenced by the fact that I have one. I was poking around on JVC's site, and I was looking for press releases and everything to see if there was anything about these cameras in the press release section. I didn't find any press releases about any of their cameras. I did find a press release with the title, JVC ships first ever line of female CD car receivers to retail stores nationwide. And the link's dead, doesn't go anywhere. So I have no idea what that's talking about. I went down a little rabbit hole. I tried searching Google for female CD car receivers. That brings up no details whatsoever. I don't know why that has to be a gendered item, what that even means, what that entails. Who knows, but that exists out there as a press release somewhere. Going further into the box, we get a little plastic dock. It's just plastic and has no electronic connections whatsoever. I believe you can use this as a webcam or something like that. That's probably what that's for. But you get a dock, you get a, I'm not even sure if that bag has been opened before. But you get a neck strap with a lanyard, cinch, wrist strap, and a USB cable. Ooh, it's mini USB. That's good. I was expecting it to be like USB mini 4-pin or some odd proprietary cable like that, but it is just straight mini USB. That makes that easy. And also I am strangely lacking in nice USB mini cables, so that's good. Break out the documentation. We've got our software and a very thick packet of papers. I'll be going through this in a minute, but yeah, that's a thick ream. I wonder if this is just the same thing over and over again. One thing that I did notice while I was fussing with this earlier is it's a very simple camera. But it has a lot of options. I don't know if I'll have to check to see if you can actually see this on the camera or not. But yeah, it has a lot of options. So we'll have to go through the user manual. I think I saw a little flowchart in here somewhere. I'll have to find the correct language. Oh, there we go. Camera operating modes. Yeah, so I'll have to give this a read and figure out how to actually use this. But yeah, let's get that software installed, see if anyone took any photos on this camera before the seller sold it off. There were 14 when I first opened it. I took one of the clock in my kitchen, so now there's 13 remaining. So we'll see how many it actually stores. If 14 is all there is to it, that'd be kind of funny. And we'll see what else is on here. So let's make our way over to the beige PC. This is it. All right, we're over in the pipes corner now. I'm gonna just give this a rip on Windows 2000. The camera was released in 2003, but who knows? We'll see what this actually needs. Because if I have to break out XP, then I'll have to go get the extra thick VAIO laptop, and I'm not set up for that. Let's see what we get out of this software. Camera driver install, application software install. Let's just go for drivers. Oh, it's Twain. That's good. I don't think I actually need to restart it. I'll do that later. But let's boot up Photoshop, and then I will plug this USB cable in, and we'll see what we get. All right, USB going in. Makes a beep. Found new hardware. This is all looking very promising. Yes. Yes. All right. So if we go import, where is it? It's not that. ePhoto, dual camera. Maybe I do need to restart. That'd be a bummer. Let me just try restarting Photoshop. Import. Alright. We'll give dual camera a shot. Let's see if that brings up. Ooh, that looks bad. Nope, that's not even the right camera. I wish they did a better job. The compact digital camera, I wish they did a better job of naming. Oh, it's right there. I'm just an idiot. Oh, that's other people's photos. So it looks like this was used, and there's my clock. So let's save these. Make a nice new folder. JVC GC-A50. And then be glorious. Not mine. And we'll get that rolling. Blazing fast USB 1.1 speeds. That actually was not terrible. But let's just pop these into Photoshop and see what we get. If you see any weird cuts, it's because it's a strange photo that I don't feel comfortable showing. But it doesn't look like there's anything too bad. I think that's a soda can at a picnic. We'll see. But it is going. I never know what to say when it's just kind of thinking like this. Maybe I should come up with a little song and a little animation for old computer doing old computer things at old computer speeds. Oh, you gonna pop in? You got some. There we go. Okay, I think that's it. Yeah. There's the clock in my kitchen. That was absolutely not aligned with what I saw through the viewfinder, so that's a good sign. It was definitely very centered in the little square reticle that it gave me. So, get another camera that'll have to keep in mind that it doesn't at all shoot where it says it's shooting. So here's the view through the viewfinder, and you get the nice little square reticle. It's too bad that it's not at all lined up, because it is the real reticle type that sort of shifts with your point of view. But yeah, I wonder if there's any way to adjust that. It is. We got some KP Nuttastic. I think that's trail mix. I do see an SLR back there, so someone was having some photography fun out on the town. Who knows? Looks like a picnic. There's a can of soda. I don't know what that bottle is, but some flowers. Accidental picture. Woman's face. And then a blurry picture of a photo. That looks like it's a framed picture. So that's what we got. Interesting stuff. But I wonder what that camera application looks like. Application software. Do I go for bloatware? Screw it, I can always just reinstall Windows 2000. We're going for bloatware. Oh. Ooh. Okay, it has taken over the screen. You lead Photo Express 4. Yep, yes, yes. Okay. F. Yes, 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 go. Ruin my PC. Oops. After spending a little bit more time with the camera, I discovered that it can take up to 20 photos. I also learned another interesting little quirk that you'll have to join me into. Just imagine a situation for a moment. You're out with your friends in the woods. Suddenly, you see an alien. Your friend gets abducted, and then Bigfoot comes to say hi. You rush back home, eager to offload these photos off the camera. You don't know what to do. You can barely speak or think. You desperately fuss with the little flap on the side of the camera. Hands shaking. You go to put the USB port in, but it's the wrong way. You flip it around and get it the second time. The camera gives a beep, and your hand, shaking, moves over to wake your computer up from its pipe-filled slumber. You go to Photoshop, import JVC GC-A50 DSC, and the photos begin to roll in. No one is ever going to believe what you saw. All you need to do is save these photos. Your hand, shaking, moves the cursor jerkily up the screen, closer and closer towards the save icon. But you don't have the dexterity. You don't think you can do it. This is your only hope. You let rip one wild click, and you hit delete all. And they're gone. So yeah, it doesn't ask you if you want to delete the photos. You hit delete all, and they're gone. Sayonara. All right, so there's our little guy, the JVC GC-A50. I went around and took a few more sample pictures around my apartment, so I'll probably scroll some of those across the screen now. I got my fancy kettle that I use to boil water for ramen, some Lego flowers, some random crap up on my record shelf, a little setup down here, and a photo on the wall in my living room, which I definitely, I thought that maybe the first clock photo that was really misaligned was just because I was up close, and the difference in distance from the viewfinder to the lens was what was causing that issue. But no, that photo was from pretty far away, and I had those centered right in the reticle. The rest of the shots, I was pretty close to the stuff, so I had intentionally placed them a little closer to the top of the viewfinder. So I guess that's just what you have to do with this camera. I would assume that every camera is all different, and the viewfinders are all aligned differently. That's usually how that kind of thing goes. But yeah, that's just another camera that I have to remember where to aim the viewfinder. But yeah, just a weird little camera. Figured I'd share, and there you go. And the software will be going up on archive.org, so if anyone else finds one of these or wants to pick one up, you have the driver now. Go have fun with it.